lot of people hit me up like, King, I know you tired. You ain't getting no sleep. And the truth be told, before this little I ain't been getting no sleep. You know what I'm saying? I just been outside working, lifestyle. You know, lifestyle just lifing. You know what I'm saying? And, but now I'm damn sure not getting no sleep. This up every morning, and then around the morning time, he like to do that little live concert I be doing with him. And, he like to walk around the house. So.
Hold up. This one ain't just another rap beef, a messy rant, or some recycled gossip. This is about King Harris, the son of trap legend T.Y., and a scandal so heavy it's shaken his whole family to the core. What should have been a simple medical procedure spiraled into a nightmare that nobody was ready for. Word on the street? King didn't just get some quick checkup. He went under the knife for full-blown brain surgery. This wasn't light work. It was a life-or-death operation that left him fighting to survive. And while the Harris crew thought they could sweep it under the rug, distracting folks with old clips and recycled content, the truth has already slipped through the cracks. And here's the real kicker. The FBI just stepped in. Yeah, this ain't only about medicine anymore. It's about negligence, shady secrecy, and power getting abused in the worst way. Picture this, a whole hospital wing locked down tighter than a courthouse. Nurses whispering like they're scared to speak, and doctors signing off paperwork like they're erasing their own tracks. That's the vibe surrounding King Harris right now. Surgery insiders are saying the complications in that operating room were so bad, whispers of malpractice started spreading through the halls. And you gotta ask yourself, if everything was handled right, why would federal agents be storming in, seizing files, and dragging doctors into custody? This ain't your everyday medical slip-up.
I'm kind, energetic, nice dude, man.
This is negligence on a level that explodes into headlines. The very doctors sworn to save lives are the ones in handcuffs. And somehow, it all ties back to the Harris name. And let's not pretend this family doesn't know how to play the media game. T.I. and Tiny been polishing their image for years, selling the world a picture-perfect empire that's untouchable. But when the cracks start showing, no filter, no throwback, no staged post can hide the truth. Fans catch everything. They noticed when King disappeared from social media, when his lives stopped popping, when his antics suddenly went cold, and instead of honesty, the world got silence, old footage, fake smiles, and distractions. But that silence did the opposite. It lit the fire, because in today's world, nothing stays hidden forever, and now it's getting darker. Insiders whisper King's surgery didn't just go wrong, it went catastrophically wrong. We're talking about a surgery that left King unresponsive, machines keeping him alive while his body gave out. Nurses even whispered that he slipped into a coma, and instead of honesty from the family, the Harris camp doubled down on silence. Their Instagram turned into a gallery of old memories, like they were trying to freeze time. The PR machine kicked into overdrive. Any mention of King's condition got buried under polished distractions. But let's be real, you can't Photoshop a coma. You can't stage manage a surgery gone wrong. And the whispers only got louder. Fans online connecting dots that the family wanted erased. People started asking the real questions. Why was such a dangerous procedure hidden from the public? Why act like nothing happened when federal agents were literally escorting doctors out of the hospital? And why are the very people sworn to save King now being hit with negligence so reckless it triggered an FBI raid? And here's the harshest question. Why does it feel like the Harris empire cares more about protecting their brand than protecting their own son? This isn't just a medical slip-up, it's a full-blown scandal, dripping in secrecy, covered in NDAs, and fueled by desperate attempts to control the narrative.
I don't wish it on him, you
Right.
know what I'm saying? I don't wish it on him. And I love him through it. Whatever he's going through, I love him through it. Much criticism as I receive about my son, I would like to shed light on the family.
Big Nana, the no-nonsense matriarch, is rumored to be furious, storming hallways and demanding answers, while the rest of the family forces smiles for the cameras. Let's be real, Big Nana's the only voice people trust right now. No PR spin, no contracts, just raw, unfiltered truth. Because while the Harris machine scrambles to keep the empire polished, the public is craving honesty. And the truth is ugly. A young man's life is on the line, doctors are in cuffs, and a family brand is crumbling before our eyes. So here we are, King Harris, lying in a hospital bed after a surgery that went catastrophically wrong. The FBI locking down the very doctors meant to save him, and a family torn between grief and image control. The streets are buzzing, social media dissecting every crumb, and fans demanding answers the Harris family clearly isn't ready to give. But silence won't save them this time. Every second they stay quiet, every old clip they repost, every NDA they shove across the table. It only makes the storm louder. The speculation just keeps getting louder, and in the world of fame and scandal, rumors can be deadlier than the truth itself. The truth eventually comes out, but by then, the damage is already done. And this story, it's way bigger than hospital walls. Because once the FBI steps in, you already know things went from bad to catastrophic.
I smell some weed in the car, so our procedures, we gotta check it. Is there anything else that I need to be aware of?
Man, I don't want y'all to check the car.
I can't hear you.
I don't want y'all to search the car.
Well, I understand that, but if I smell weed, that's probable cause to search the vehicle.
You're not gonna find nothing. You're gonna find my guns.
Just multiple guns?
I got a stick, an AR.
Sources say federal agents didn't stroll in for paperwork. They came locked and loaded with warrants, interviews, and questions that slice straight to the heart of what went wrong. Picture it, men in suits striding past flashing cameras, seizing documents while hospital administrators scrambled, sweating bullets trying to explain why the son of one of hip-hop's biggest stars nearly lost his life under their care. This ain't some casual checkup investigation. This is a full-scale probe that could blow open malpractice, cover-ups, and even straight-up fraud. And for the Harris family, that means exposure they never wanted. Whispers say, doctors rushed King into surgery without being fully prepared for complications. Some claim the operation wasn't even urgent at that moment, but got pushed forward after weeks of ignored symptoms that suddenly spiraled out of control. Others allege the family demanded secrecy so aggressively that medical protocols were skipped just to keep everything under wraps. If that's true, we're not just talking about mistakes. We're talking negligence so severe it could cost careers and land people behind bars. No wonder the FBI swooped in. This isn't just about saving King's life anymore. It's about accountability at the highest level. Meanwhile, fans are running out of patience. Timelines are flooded with hashtags like #JusticeForKing, and comment sections are tearing into T.I. and Tiny's every move. Why is Tiny posting glamorous selfies while her son is allegedly hooked up to machines? Why is T.I. walking around with manila folders like he's guarding state secrets? And the biggest question, why haven't they just come out and told the truth? In an era where honesty earns respect, their silence is looking less like privacy and more like guilt. People feel played, and the internet never forgives when it smells a cover-up. But the Harris PR machine is still grinding overtime. Old clips of King keep popping up, carefully staged to make it seem like he's fine. Insiders say those posts are part of a calculated strategy to control the narrative. But fans are already mocking that line, because here's the reality. You can control Instagram, but you can't control the streets, and the streets won't stop talking. Witnesses claim King's been in critical condition for weeks. His hospital room locked down like a fortress, with guards at the door, and family only allowed in under strict supervision. But instead of calming rumors, that secrecy just poured gasoline on the fire. And here comes Big Nana again. Rumors say she's ready to blow the lid wide open. Tired of watching her grandson suffer while lawyers and PR managers play games with paperwork, she's threatening to go public herself. And if Big Nana ever decides to hit that go live button, that could be the knockout punch that ends the Harris family's silence for good. Fans are already flooding her comments, begging her to tell us what's really going on. Because let's be real, these days, one raw, emotional live stream can crush months of polished press releases. If she speaks, the Harris Empire's wall of secrecy could collapse overnight. Meanwhile, the FBI's digging even deeper. Agents aren't just questioning doctors. They're reportedly investigating whether the Harris family pressured the hospital into giving special treatment. Imagine the outrage if it's proven King got rushed into risky procedures or skipped critical safety steps just because of who his father is. In the age of cancel culture, favoritism isn't just hated, it's career-ending. And T.I.'s history doesn't exactly give him a free pass. Fans remember the controversies, the arrests, the old scandals, and now critics are stacking this fiasco right on top like Exhibit A in the court of public opinion. Through all of this, King himself hasn't said a word. He's silent, lying in that hospital bed while the world debates his future. His whole persona, built on bravado, wild live streams, and viral antics, has been stripped away, leaving just a young man fighting for his life. It's tragic, it's raw, And it's cruelly ironic. The boy who wanted to prove he was grown is now trapped in a storm he can't even speak on. And while his family scrambles to protect their empire, his fans just want the truth. Because at the core of this scandal isn't only negligence, it's humanity. A young man deserved better care, but instead King is caught between a family obsessed with image and a system now being ripped apart by a federal investigation. And as this drama unfolds, one thing is clear. Silence won't last forever. Every cryptic post, every recycled clip, every carefully dodged question is only turning up the heat in this pressure cooker. The FBI isn't stopping. Fans aren't stopping. And sooner or later, the truth is going to spill out. The only real question is, will the Harris family survive the fallout once it does? Because this is no longer just about a surgery gone wrong. It's about power, secrecy, negligence, and the brutal price of putting brand above blood. And the world is watching, popcorn in hand, waiting for the next bombshell to drop. The whispers have already turned into a roar, and the Harris family can't duck it forever. What started as a medical emergency has erupted into a cultural earthquake, one shaking not just a household, but an entire brand they spent years building. Fans, critics, bloggers, and now the FBI are all circling one burning question. What really happened to King Harris? And why was the truth buried so deep it took federal agents storming in to drag it into daylight? Every single hour without clarity only fuels more chaos. And that chaos is threatening to bury the Harris name in a way no scandal ever has. Think about it. This family has survived rumors, cheating scandals, fights, arrests, you name it. But brain surgery gone wrong? That's a whole different battlefield. This isn't something you can outshine with a new album, a staged reality show, or a neatly written PR statement. This is life or death, and the public already knows it. Timelines are flooded with conspiracy threads, connecting dots, mixing facts with speculation, but all circling back to the same ugly picture. Something happened in that operating room that wasn't just an accident, it was negligence. And now that doctors are facing charges, fans are demanding to know just how deep this negligence ran, and whether money and power kept it hidden until it exploded. Meanwhile, the Harris family's silence is starting to crack. Tiny's cryptic posts are backfiring, fans blasting her for being tone deaf. T.I.'s constant appearances, clutching manila folders, have turned into a running meme that refuses to die. And every move they make, or don't make, is being dissected like it's part of a cover-up. The irony couldn't be harsher. The more the Harris family tries to control this story, the less control they actually have. In today's world, silence doesn't look like strength. It looks like guilt. And that perception is shredding their credibility faster than any official FBI report ever could. And then there's Big Nana. Reports say she's closer than ever to breaking ranks, telling anyone who'll listen that the family's lost its way, caring more about image than reality. If she goes live, that's not just a crack in the wall. It's a floodgate blowing wide open. And let's be real, the public is starving for it. People are tired of staged PR and empty captions. They want raw, unfiltered truth, even if it's messy, even if it's painful. If Nana speaks, the Harris dynasty could collapse overnight, not because of the surgery itself, but because of how desperately they tried to bury it. At the center of all this chaos is King, a young man whose life is hanging by a thread, stripped of the bravado, the viral antics, the live stream rants. What's left is just a kid in a hospital bed, fighting to survive a procedure that should have been routine but instead turned into a federal case. That's why this story cuts so deep. It's not just celebrity drama, it's a reminder that behind the fame and fortune, these are fragile, flawed human beings. King always wanted to prove he was grown, but now his fate isn't in his hands. It's tangled in negligence, secrecy, and scandal. And the bigger question now is, what comes next? If King survives but suffers lasting effects, his dreams of carving his own lane could vanish forever. If he doesn't make it, the Harris brand may never recover from the backlash over how this was handled. Either way, the damage is already done. The Harris name, once synonymous with Atlanta royalty, is now being dragged through hashtags, memes, and investigative headlines. And the FBI probe guarantees this won't just fade with time. Every skipped step, every ignored symptom, every shady decision made in the name of secrecy instead of safety will eventually surface. And the fallout won't just hit the family, it's already spilling into the industry. Insiders whisper that tours are being canceled, deals frozen, contracts shelved. Nobody wants to be tied to a brand under federal investigation, especially one where family crisis and PR spin are hopelessly blurred. And the cruelest irony? T.I. built his career on being real, on spitting truth in his music. Yet when it came to his own son, the truth was the very thing he refused to give. As the dust settles, the world is left with haunting questions that might never have clean answers. Did negligence destroy King Harris's health? Did the family's obsession with brand over blood make it worse? And here's the haunting question. When the truth finally comes out, will it even matter to a world that's already made up its mind? Because that's the chilling part. Once suspicion creeps in, it never leaves. Even if tomorrow the Harris family walked out flashing medical files proving King was recovering, people would still whisper, but what really happened? That stain doesn't wash out. Not in this culture, not in this era. So here's where it all stands. A young man lies silent in a hospital bed. A family desperately clings to a crumbling empire. Federal agents are pulling files and cuffing doctors. Fans demand answers, while memes mock the silence and conspiracies roar louder every hour. It's the perfect storm of fame, secrecy, and tragedy. And it's only getting bigger. The Harris family thought they could guard their brand by burying the truth, but the truth always finds a way to break through. And the only question left is devastating. When that truth finally explodes into the open, will the Harris dynasty have anything left worth protecting? So what do you think? Did the Harris family's obsession with image cost them everything? Or is the internet twisting this story beyond repair? Drop your thoughts in the comments, smash that like button, share this video, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next chapter in this wild saga. See you on the next video.